started here. While Kevin is looking for the parts we're going to do, we're back here at Wistful Vistas. Kevin's ZX-10R is back in the garage, and it's been detailed. Kevin, what do you think about the detail job that they did?
It's so much better. It looks so much newer. It looked like what it was from the showroom, and it really enhances the look. I think it looks better in factory. It really shines while under the sun, so it's going to be a really nice bike once you get out in the sun and prep.
Where did you get it done? In San Diego here? Or?
Yeah, I got it done here locally, near the beach in Solana Beach, 101. I had it detailed from ground up, from every engine part to the exhaust to every little bolt, and it was well detailed, the bike.
Nice, and the name of the detail company is Shine Auto Detailing in Solana Beach. So we're going to be chronicling the modifications we do to this machine. What are we doing today?
So we're going to remove these mirrors. I tastefully like the mirrors off. I'm going to go for the aesthetic looks, but also weight reduction a little bit. So we're going to look at it, and we're going to take off some parts of the fairing to access some wires and some bolts. And we're going to go with these Litech series ionized silver that I bought matching the bike, and they'll be blocking off the mirrors, and will definitely make it a different look with everything else.
Cool. So you notice we're social distancing, trying to do the social distancing, and we're wearing gloves and face masks. So please note that at home and do that as well. So I'm going to leave the camera running, and we'll just edit down the parts as they make sense. So let's get started, Kevin.
Okay.
Puppy, there's a little plastic washer underneath it, so let's try and preserve those. I've got some. Is there another on the other side of it?
This is one.
Okay, it looks like this just lifts out.
Oh, beautifully. Okay, that's so simple.
Okay, just a little push rivet at the front right here. Not sure if that's going to show up on camera. Well, a little push rivet at the front and a 4mm at the back end here. Little note, I like to put those in there. There's a blind nut on the back of that fairing. So we'll just thread this back in a little bit so that we don't lose the things. Nice and lightweight construction on the little cowie. All right, so we'll put those over there. All right, let's see what we're dealing with next here.
So my guesstimate is this cord, but this right here up here.
Yep.
See that?
Yep. Okay, so let's grab, a little hard to see that down in there. Playing hard to get. One of the things about working on these motorcycles is that they don't give you a lot of hand room.
Right here.
There it goes. Okay, we got the two connectors off. So let's keep these hanging out to the side here. So let's go ahead and let's see from the back side and see what kind of bolt. It looks like those are just threaded in, so it looks like we don't need to back them up with a wrench on this side.
So I'll hold on. You want me to hold on to it while you
Yeah, let's
screw it? Because it's going to loosen up here.
Okay, I just want to show everybody what we're doing here. There's two screws on either side that look like they hold the mirrors on. So we're going to grab those, again, 4mm. If there's a consistent theme here, everybody, it's 4mm. How are you today? 4mm. Doesn't seem like that's enough wires for the turn signals. The turn signals are on the rear view mirror socks on this machine. What's this, a 5, did you say?
Is that 5 millimeter?
5 millimeter. 5, all right, so I take it back.
Oh, those are beautiful. Yeah, those will be really great.
Yeah. Take it back. It's a 5, not a 4.
Go for it.
No 4. Maybe it's a 4.5. There's the upper one. It can't make up its mind whether it's a 4.5 or a 5, ladies and gentlemen, or a 4. All right. Got it. And it is just the one wire. It is just the one wire. So I'm going to set these two right here. Those are beautiful screws. And we'll get started on this side. Yeah. Yeah. These are nice details. I got this at Think Harbor. They're so inexpensive. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit like brain surgery here. And okay, done. Move on. These are the little guys. Can't make up their mind. 4, 4.5, 5. You decide.
So this is going to be a bit of a trick. These Litech do come with their own bolts, and we'll have to see if they're all the same measurement here.
Yeah. By the way, it is a 5. I checked. I pulled the wrong C handle.
Here.
It's a 5. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you the very nice grade aluminium pieces here. Look like they're billet.
Mm-hmm.
Quite strong, so they look nice, nicely finished, nice feel to them. They already come with their bolts. They come with 4 of them.
Here's what we're going to replace those on right there. Okay, so get it started. Don't start that one just yet. I'm going to put a little blue Loctite on that. Pull a little blue Loctite on it, and then you thread it back in.
All right, great recommendation.
Okay, so you're the kind of person that doesn't like rear view mirrors at all. You're cool without them, huh?
Well, it's so much of an appearance package. I think this bike is so much different without them.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so much more aerodynamically, especially the windscreen and all that. The front ends are really a good piece on this bike.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with the blue Loctite, remember you can probably over tighten these too because you're threading into probably plastic. So take them down and just give them a half turn further. The Loctite should hold them in place. Okay, and then just make sure once you get the other side down, make sure you cinch that one up too, because they will, sometimes when you tighten down one end of a bar or something like this, it'll loosen up the other end. Okay, that's the difference. I think you'll agree that's a really clean look.
Very nice. It's nothing gapped. It doesn't look like something's missing. It blends in really well with this silver fairing.
Yeah, it is going to make the bike look. So the aerodynamic, I think, on that is pretty cool. But you got to be like Kevin. You got to be brave without rear view mirrors. You got to just say, "Don't need them, dude." Okay, let's do the other side. Blue is, I'm going to say it's good for 90% of the job you're going to do. It'll maintain a thread lock, but it'll also allow you to come back later on and take it off. The red thread locker, once you put that on, you come back, you really should hit it with a little bit of heat when you try to remove it, to try to melt it down. Good start. Okay, let's take that puppy out. Okay, so do we need to plug anything back in on that open plug? You won't throw a code, or will that...
Nope, no codes.
Cool. All right, they thought of it. They got it right. Okay, so the reverse procedure now goes on. We've got to put these little side fairings in here. You know, Kevin, future thought on these side fairings, where's your battery at?
Here.
Back there. We could potentially tap the battery and run a lead and put a hole in the side fairing.
Good idea. For
So
a battery tender.
that you could have the battery tender mounted up here, and you could also put a power takeoff to power your phone once you're going. That's something
So we can run
think
some
about.
things.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
That'll be our own little invention, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're gonna put the side fairings back on. Remember, they have those push rivets and a little metric screw here with a little plastic washer underneath it. When you take parts off of motorcycles, a lot of times, especially body parts, they'll put a little piece of plastic under it to protect it. So when you're putting that back on, you need to keep that in mind. So here's the, not sure how this will turn out on camera, but here's the front fairing flash that goes along the side. Nice little design work by Kawasaki. And here's the little pop rivet. They use these in a lot of motorcycles. And what you have to do to get it back in, to get it out, you push it in. It's kind of counterintuitive. And then when you're ready to reassemble, you have to actuate it and push it back out to where you can grab it. So, having said that, let's see if we can reconnect it. There you go.
Perfect.
Do you hear that lock, ladies and gentlemen? All right, then we take our screw here. We're not going to put Loctite on this one because it's so small, and I don't think, going into rubber, it should not vibrate out. And it's in a place where you can always see it. And it's just floating there, kind of interesting. It doesn't anchor into the chassis in any way. It's a floating attachment. So, and you're going again into plastic. So it's probably easier to over tighten than it is to under tighten. The plastic will grab it pretty well. So you just snug it down and give it a quarter turn beyond the snug. I think our natural tendency is to really try and squeeze them down. And you don't need to do that. You really just need to get it down and set it in there. So just touch it. Don't take it to where it won't turn no more because it will never come out. And get her right there. Okay, this side fairing on. We'll do the other side fairing off camera. So Kevin's working on that side, and when we took that bolt on, we either lost or it didn't. Someone else had done it before us and they had lost the plastic washer. I'm going to advocate this again. I've done it in the past. Get on eBay or get yourself a set of metric or any sized little plastic washers. They work great when you're threading onto fairings and things like that. And keep them handy because you'll be taking the fairings on and off and you don't want to. The problem is when you just put the screw in, you'll scratch the bodywork. So buy yourself a bunch. They're cheap insurance.